Okay, just wanted to do a quick video and show you some of the supplies that we use, things that we don't rent, we don't get back. So this is the standard supplies that go out, and they are included in the rental price of all of our cotton candy machines. And we include them because you can't use the machine without them, and it's not something that your average customer can just find really quickly and get to use with your rental, and they don't want to do the time and the hassle. But if you just do it separately from the rental price, they kind of feel like you're gouging them. You know, you're charging them extra that you don't need to. So if you just build it into the rental price, then they just feel like it's part of the rental price. And so what I do here, I got a couple of different things. You got these paper cones, and I buy them in cases of 1,000, and then I make sure my hands have been sterilized, and then I divide them up into 50 and put it in a bag like this, and then I use a little twist tie to seal up the top. So they got 50 completely new cones, and it's not a problem to divide them up as long as your hands are clean and that kind of thing. But what is a problem, because it is a food item to divide up, is the floss sugar, which is what you make the actual cotton candy out of. Because it is food, if you were to divide this up and sell it in smaller containers, then you have to get approved containers, and you have to get inspections with the health department, that kind of thing. And it's just a big mess. So you really don't want to do that. So give your customer the entire thing of floss sugar. And don't try to use the smaller ones, because the smaller ones are going to cost you the same price to buy. So for the same money, the same value, you can give your customer a whole lot more. And I'll tell you why I do groups of 50 for these paper cones in the bag, is because if you look on here, right there, it says there's about 53 servings per container. So we do 50 cones because, they're going to waste a little bit of sugar. They're going to spill some, whatever. And it's very rare that you have an event, particularly a kid's birthday party, where they actually make a full 50. Most of the time they've got half or a quarter of a carton left. And that's fine. But that's theirs. Once you sell it to them, once they open that carton, you can't take it back and use it for somebody else, because again, it's a health issue, So that's what we do. That's what we recommend. And I recommend that if you get into renting concession machines like cotton candy machines, that you do the same thing. I've tried a couple of different methods. I bought from different suppliers as far as buying both my cones and my sugar floss. And this method just seems to work out the best, is the least hassle. It's the best for the customers, it's the best for you, and it keeps it to where you really don't have to have the health department involved, because you're just selling the sealed food. The health department doesn't need to be involved with the cones, because you're not selling food, you're just selling paper. And it's not a lot different with you handling those than it is, say, when you go to a convenience store and you buy a soft drink, that they've got a whole stack of cups there, and you're just taking one off the stack or one out of the little dispenser or whatever. Excuse me. And so it's kind of a similar thing. Just, again, make sure when you're dividing those up, make sure you're in a clean environment. Make sure that your hands are clean and sanitized. And that's the best way to handle it for renting out a cotton candy machine. Remember, you include both of those with each cotton candy machine rental at no extra charge. But if they either want to make a lot of cotton candy or they want more than one flavor, then you can sell them an additional setup. And that's going to be based on, what you charge them is going to be based on your cost, what you buy the sugar and the cones for. Remember, for each carton of floss sugar, you're going to give them another setup of 50 cones. Oh, and by the way, that one is Blue Raspberry, which is just the first one that I grabbed off the shelf in the area that I store all my concession supplies. That's definitely a flavor you would want to carry. The number one flavor that you really want to carry, this brand of sugar calls it Silly Nilly, which is a vanilla cotton candy, and that is the traditional cotton candy. That's the one most people expect. So those are the top two most popular flavors. I carry usually about 6 different flavors depending on what my supplies distributor has, but I would suggest that you carry at least those 2 flavors. And that's going to be about it for this time, so I will see you next time. And remember, it's always a good time to have a party.